This is Mia, your mystic therapist, and I'm going to make a video about little boys and grown men bodies. Now, I want to make this video from the most emotionally mature, kindest place possible because in my work, I work with both genders. So I just want to let this be known that this is coming from a place of love, but this is also coming from a place of bringing the shadows into the light. Because if we don't address things, if we don't talk about it, it's going to continue. So here's some of the things that I am seeing in the world amongst a lot of the men in this world. I am seeing that a lot of people continue to grow in age, but they don't grow in emotional maturity. I'm seeing that a lot of people, even if they're in their 30s, their 40s, their 50s, their 60s, their 70s, they still operate from a place as if they're like 7 years old, 12 years old, 17 years old. And honestly, it's really challenging for the women to try and have relationships with these men. It's very heartbreaking, honestly. It's very sad. And I want to bring some awareness to this energy and give a couple of pieces of advice for the men, because women as nurturers, is very easy for us to fall into a trap of seeing the potential of the man and loving the masculine energy of the man because, the man is still, grown physically, and in certain ways still have a certain energy, and women still carry a nurturing energy. So it's very easy for a woman to get into the energy of being the martyr or the person who wants to save or fix or help or want the man to heal. But the truth of the situation is the only person that can heal that man is that man. But unfortunately, we're raised in a society where it wasn't normalized for men to have emotions. So a lot of them are incredibly emotionally stunted. And we also live in a society that, just really isn't healthy in general. This toxic patriarchal energy, it's not good for women, but it also isn't good for men either. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just going to give a couple of tips for the men to become really emotionally mature. Number one, honey, you can't be a man until you heal the boy within. You ever see that movie with Antoine Fisher when he says, "Who will cry for the little boy?" He really couldn't show up and be a man until he cried for the little boy. There's a little boy inside of you, sir, that is deeply wounded. Maybe your father wasn't there the way that you needed him to be, Maybe your mom disappointed you in certain ways. Maybe you felt neglected. Maybe you felt abandoned. Maybe you felt rejected in certain ways. Maybe you didn't feel seen. Maybe you didn't get the guidance you needed. Maybe you looked for love in all the wrong places. Maybe you didn't get what you needed, that little boy within you, and it hardened you, right? Your emotions weren't nurtured enough. Maybe you didn't have the discipline and the direction that you needed at that young age. And that little boy inside of you is still in pain. So when you're in relationship or just when you're existing as a grown man, your inner child is still present, boobie. Something that is important for us to know is that we are literally every age that we've ever been. So no matter how old you are, when you get triggered, you literally resort back to that time that you first experienced that trigger. So if you experienced that trigger when you were 3, when you were 7, when you were 12, when you were 17, it's like a time machine. You're operating from that space. And it's very important for us to understand soul retrieval and mental health healing and going to therapy and resolving certain wounds inside of us so that we can show up and be a healthy adult. And so I really want to make this video to the men in the world. My love, it hurts us women so badly when we're in relationship to y'all and y'all are not able to really be a safe space for us emotionally. Because we understand that, well, you know, some of us understand that you can't really hold safe emotional space for a woman if you don't hold safe emotional space for yourself. If you're someone who tends to resort to alcohol or drugs or multiple women or escaping your reality through gaming or toxic stuff or avoiding your emotions or whatever you resort to, you're not really holding emotional space for yourself. So you're going to struggle to hold safe emotional space for your woman, which is going to keep her from feeling safe with you, which is going to cause her to feel uncomfortable with you, which is going to cause disharmony in your relationship. And then you're going to point the finger at the woman and say that, or man, I don't know, maybe you might not, you know, whatever your preferences are, whatever works, right? Your partner. You're going to point the finger at the person and say that they're the problem, they're the problem, they're the problem. But if you don't hold safe space for their feelings because you don't hold safe space for your feelings, then, you know, it's going to be nothing but chaos. So it really all starts with you and your own healing and you healing the little boy within you and you facing the traumas and the pains that your inner child experienced and you doing the inner work that is necessary for you to heal, my love. And I want to let you know that this is not coming from a place of being judgmental. You know, this is coming from a place of really feeling, I feel sad, honestly. You know, because we love you, you know, and it's sad, honestly. And you deserve to be loved, but it's hard to love somebody. It's hard to be in a relationship with somebody who doesn't really make you feel safe as a woman. It's hard to be in a relationship with somebody who hurts you because of their own pain. It's hard. And it's really frustrating because I'm seeing a lot of people giving up on men. And I'm just like, damn, like, do y'all know that y'all are, like, I worked, my first therapy job out of grad school was at a nursing home. Honey, there are so many men in the nursing home by themselves. They don't have no family, no friends. They kids hardly showed up for them because a lot of them hardly showed up for their kids. Because if they didn't deal with their trauma, their pain, it hurts. And I'm not saying that this is about all men, because it's not. And I'm so grateful for the good men who do the work. But I just want to tell you, my love, it's time to heal that trauma, baby. It's time to work with a therapist. Get into therapy. And don't say, I don't have the money, blah, blah, blah. Honey, sign up for Medicaid. You can get free health insurance. If you are low income or even middle income, you can literally get free health insurance with Medicaid. If you want to work with me, I am a therapist too. I also do spiritual therapy with tarot. You can book a session with me. If you need a sliding scale, I'm even willing to do a sliding scale. Send me a message. Okay? I also have a course, Shadow Work Alchemy Inner Child Edition. It is on sale for the next week. It's usually $333. It's $222. This is literally 30 videos, 76 pages of inner child work and shadow work. All of this consolidation of work that you are going to get in this course, this is like a year full of therapy in one course. Take the course. Do the work. Get the journal. Do the meditation, my love. We need you. The kids need you. We need your presence. We need you. And I really mean that. We need you to be healthy. And you need you. Your little boy inside you needs you. Let's go, baby. You can do it. Come on, baby.